During the 40 days of Operation Epic Fury, the United States military spent $29 billion, losing or damaging 42 aircraft in the process. The traditional doctrine of American air power involves staging massive strategic planes at safe Allied bases, while sending smaller tactical fighters into dangerous enemy territory. This creates a protective barrier, assuming logistical assets remain hundreds of miles out of reach. While the military expects to lose frontline fighters in a war, the data from a recent Congressional Research Service report reveals a terrifying anomaly in the Iran conflict. The most devastating and expensive American losses didn't happen in the contested skies over Tehran. They happened on the ground, striking parked planes at supposedly untouchable staging bases. There was certainly chaos at the front. Early in the conflict, 3 U.S. F-15E Strike Eagles were mistakenly shot down by Kuwaiti air defenses. Search and rescue operations compounded the costs. During one recovery attempt, U.S. forces had to intentionally blow up 2 of their own MC-130 transports after they couldn't fly out of a forward Iranian airstrip. Unmanned vehicles took the heaviest hits in the air. Over the course of the campaign, 24 MQ-9 Reapers were destroyed. That accounts for roughly 20% of the pre-war fleet, representing a $1 billion hit. Losing fighters, rescue choppers, and a fifth of the drone fleet is expensive and tragic. Yet it represents the standard friction of combat. It does not account for the systemic failure that drove the $29 billion bill. The primary driver of that cost came from a different tactic entirely. Iran bypassed the tactical dogfights and directly targeted the U.S. logistical lifeline. They launched long-range attacks specifically aimed at Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia and Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait. Out on the tarmac, 5 KC-135 Styo tankers sustained heavy damage from incoming missiles. Then came the most devastating individual loss of the campaign, an irreplaceable billion-dollar E-3 Sentry AWACS radar plane, literally cut in half by an Iranian weapon while parked. These AWACS and refueling tankers are theater-level assets. They are required to project power globally, and they cannot simply be replaced off an assembly line like a standard fighter jet. A mid-tier power achieved this destruction by using a barrage of cheap, mass-produced ballistic missiles and drones to overwhelm regional air defenses. They proved that a Middle Eastern runway is no longer a safe sanctuary. Operation Epic Fury exposed a harsh operational reality. Adversaries don't need to defeat America's high-tech fighters in the air if they can blow up the gas stations and radar towers on the ground. This scale illustrates the terrifying asymmetric math the Pentagon now faces. A swarm of low-cost missiles and drones easily outweighs the massive $29 billion aircraft replacement cost. This imbalance forces a scramble within the military to rethink replacing decimated fleets without going bankrupt. For decades, American military might relied on the assumption that its forward staging bases were untouchable. Moving forward, there is no such thing as behind the lines, and the financial cost of projecting global power has permanently skyrocketed.